Nice, Senator.
Just a point of clarification,
Ping
how
Lacson.
was my vote counted on second reading, Mr. President?
On second reading?
Yeah, the previous second reading. No, second reading.
It was counted as affirmative.
Yeah, I would just like to change my vote to abstain with the disclosure that I am a founding member of a local hospital in Cavite.
This is on second reading, Senator.
Second
Just
reading.
to clarify. Okay.
Change to abstention, Mr. President.
But on the third reading,
Same.
abstention also.
Abstention.
All right. So corrected. So for today's vote, it will be 18 affirmative votes, 0 negative, 1 abstention for SB number 1511.
And just to clarify, Mr. President,
So
the good
corrected.
gentleman from Cavite is abstaining, so there's no conflict of interest.
Correct.
Wala pong conflict of interest. So he's doing the right thing when doing that, Mr. President.
Correct. So we so recorded for the second reading vote as well as the third reading vote.
We have a few members who wish to explain their vote. May I recognize Senator Raffy Tulfo, Mr.
We
President?
recognize the gentleman from Davao City and Isabela, Senator Raffy Tulfo.
Mr. President, my dear colleagues, I rise today to explain my affirmative vote on Senate Bill number 1511 and to express my full support for this measure. Bilang co-author ng panukalang ito, nais nating tiyakin na walang pasyente ang mapipilitang manatili sa ospital dahil lamang sa hindi mabayarang hospital bill. Lalo na ang ating mga magagawa na sa bawat araw na hindi makabalik sa trabaho ay nawawalan din ng kita. Mr. President, halos araw-araw ay may lumalapit sa aking programa at opisina dahil hindi makalabas ng ospital ang kanilang kaanak dahil sa hindi mabayarang hospital bill. In some cases, kahit ang katawan ng namatay ay hindi din mailabas. May karapatan ang ospital na maningil, of course, pero may tamang paraan para gawin ito. Ang pasyente ay hindi collateral at ang kanyang kalayaan at hanap buhay ay hindi dapat gawing collection mechanism. This is why I likewise propose the inclusion of a tax deduction for hospitals and medical clinics, wherein we protect the patient while providing hospitals a reasonable mechanism to recover or account for the financial burden. Mr. President, simple lang ang layunin ng panukalang ito. Singilin ang dapat singilin, tulungan ang walang kakayang magbayad, pero wag na wag gawing hostage ang pasyente dahil may balance pa sa bill. For these reasons, I vote yes on Senate Bill number 1511. Maraming salamat po, Ginoong Pangulo.
Maraming salamat, Senator Raffy Tulfo. Next will be to explain their votes, Senator Erwin Tulfo, the gentleman from Palawan.
Maraming salamat po, Ginoong Pangulo. Nais ko rin po pasalamatan ang ating pong sponsor, si Senadora Risa Ontiveros. Tama po yun, dahil ako po ay ang aking tanggapan araw-araw po may dumudulog po tumihingi ng tulong. Maging dito po sa atin sa Senado, yung ating pong action center po dyan, halos araw-araw may humingi po ng medical assistance na dahil po alam pambayad, kailangan po ng tulong. So napapanahon na po na meron tayong kalintulad na batas. Kasi nga po usong-uso. Ito pong ikang hospital detention na tila hino-hostage po yung ikang mga pasyente. Kung hindi po, lalo na po yung mga bagong panganak, ipinaiiwan po yung kanilang sanggol at binabalikan na lang po ng mga ina at para magpadede po doon sa ikang ospital. Everyday po yun. Yung iba naman po, ang malungkot din po ng mga nangyayari, Ginoong Pangulo. Yung mga bangkay po, hindi po i-release hanggat wala pong bayad. Which I believe, Ginoong Pangulo, ay hindi naman po tama. Dapat po, sapat na po yung may promissory note at yung iba po ay hinihingan po ng mga collateral. Okay lang po yung collateral, wag lang naman po yung sana yung mga gamit nila para panghanap buhay tulad po ng mga lupain sa pagsasaka o kanilang mga motorsiklo na sila po ay delivery rider, wag naman ho sana. Siguro po isa pang magandang tignan po natin na baka po dahil malaki na po ang budget ng Department of Health ng MAIP, pwede po nating pwede silang maningil po dyan sa ating pamahalaan. Pero muli po, yan po ang aking boto. Ako po bumuboto sang-ayon po dyan na wag na pong idetine yung mga pasyente. Maraming salamat po, Ginoong Pangulo.
Maraming salamat, Senator Erwin Tulfo. Next will be, of course, the principal sponsor and principal author of the bill, Senator Risa Hontiveros.
Salamat po, Mr. President. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, magandang hapon. Kahit mahabagat at mabahang hapon po. I rise to manifest my full support for the passage on third reading of Senate Bill number 1511, the Enhanced Anti-Hospital Detention Act. I thank our co-authors and colleagues who helped strengthen this measure. Senators Jinggoy Ejercito Estrada, Erwin Tulfo, Joel Villanueva, Robin Hood Padilla, Rafi Tulfo, Kiko Pangilinan, Pia Cayetano, Senate President Pro Tempore Tito Soto, and Senate President Sherwin Gatchalian. Maraming salamat sa inyong mga interbensyon at amendments that helped us improve and strengthen the bill. At the heart of this measure is a very simple principle. Hindi dapat maging bilangguan ang ospital dahil lamang walang pambayad ang pasyente. Kapag medically fit nang umuwi ang isang pasyente, hindi dapat gawing kondisyon ng kanyang paglabas ang kakayahan niyang bayaran agad ang kanyang hospital bill. At lalong hindi dapat i-hostage ang kanyang medical records, personal belongings, o maging ang labi ng isang namatay dahil lamang may natitira pang bayarin. But as principal author and sponsor, I also want to place on record an important clarification because there is misinformation circulating about this bill. May nagsasabing kapag naipasa ito, pwede na raw basta umalis ang lahat ng pasyente nang hindi nagbabayad. Ibabawas na lamang daw ng ospital sa buwis niya. Ibabayad nito sa gobyerno ang lahat ng hindi nakolektang utang. At sa huli, gobyerno ang sasagot sa lahat ng hospital bills. Hindi po iyan ang panukalang batas na ipinapasa natin. First, this bill does not cancel a patient's unpaid obligation. For financially incapable patients, the bill provides for a promissory note which may be secured through mechanisms expressly provided in the law. A mortgage, a contract of guarantee, a deed of assignment of SSS or GSIS loan proceeds or benefits, or guarantee letters from the PCSO, DSWD, or DOH. For qualified indigent patients, mayroon pa ring proper assessment and endorsement at kinakailangan ang sapat na guarantee letter mula sa DOH o DSWD. So, this is not a license to simply walk away from a debt. Ang sinasabi natin, singilin ang dapat singilin sa paraang naaayon sa batas. Pero huwag ikulong ang pasyente sa ospital dahil wala siyang pambayad agad. Second, on the tax provision introduced, to which there was no objection from the chamber, hindi rin ito blanket tax write-off ng lahat ng unpaid hospital bills. The provision applies only to the qualifying unpaid balance of a financially incapacitated patient after PhilHealth and other government health assistance benefits have already been deducted and where the balance is guaranteed to facilitate the patient's discharge. Hindi ito automatic. Hindi ito basta-basta. Dadaan pa rin ito sa tamang proseso at sa implementing guidelines ng mga kinauukulang ahensya. And to be very clear, Mr. President, nowhere in this bill does it say that government automatically assumes every unpaid hospital bill. Third, may nagsasabi ring bibigyan daw nito ng lisensya ang mga ospital na magpalobo ng kanilang singil. Again, the bill says the opposite. It requires full transparency in healthcare costs and billing and expressly prohibits hidden or unauthorized charges. Kung may pangamba sa pang-aabuso, ang sagot ay safeguards, transparency, and accountability, not detention. In fact, this bill strengthens accountability, where illegal detention results from an established hospital policy or management instruction. Responsible directors or officers may face fines of 500,000 to 1 million pesos, imprisonment of 4 to 6 years, or both. The measure also establishes a patient grievance and redress mechanism, requires prompt action on complaints, and mandates clear patient discharge protocols in our healthcare facilities. Mr. President, we recognize that hospitals have every right to be paid for legitimate services rendered. We also recognize that our hospitals must remain financially sustainable so they can continue providing care. But hospital sustainability and patient rights are not opposing choices. The answer to unpaid medical debt cannot be to hold a patient, a newborn baby, a family member, or the remains of a loved one against their will. Ang utang ay maaaring singilin, pero ang dignidad at kalayaan ng tao ay hindi maaaring gawing collateral. That is the balance this measure seeks to strike, protecting patients from detention while preserving lawful mechanisms for hospitals to recover legitimate obligations. Sa panahon na ang pagkakasakit mismo ay sapat ng mabigat na pasanin sa isang pamilya, hindi na natin dapat dagdagan pa ito ng takot na baka hindi sila makauwi dahil wala silang perang maibayad agad. I therefore vote yes to the Enhanced Anti-Hospital Detention Act, and I thank our colleagues for doing the same. Sa dulo, walang Pilipino ang dapat maging bihag ng hospital bill. Maraming salamat po, Mr. President.
Maraming salamat, Senator Risa, for those clarifications. Importante ho na bigyan diin na ang bill na ito ay hindi ibig sabihin na hindi ho babayaran yung utang. Bagkus tutulungan ho sila ng gobyerno at bibigyan ng palugit para mabayaran yung utang. Dahil kasama rin ho natin at kapartner rin natin yung mga private hospitals, especially doon sa mga far-flung areas na wala pong government hospitals. Kaya maraming salamat doon sa pagbibigay diin. We recognize the gentleman from Bulacan, Senator Joel Villanueva.
Yes, Mr. President. Mr. President, just to put on record that this representation intends to just submit and insert into the records my affirmative vote on this particular measure. And likewise, let me congratulate our colleague, Senator Risa Ontiveros, for successfully not only shepherding, Mr. President, this very important measure, but also in ensuring that our kababayans will be protected. We have gone through a lot of complaints, Mr. President, not only in our office, even our district offices all over the country, Mr. President. We have experienced a lot of complaints regarding this particular problem that our kababayans are facing. So with that, Mr. President, I congratulate not only Senator Risa, but also our colleagues, the entire Senate, for putting our acts together to end this problem, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. President.